Hey, I wanted to make a video. I debated on whether making it one strictly about hair, but since I just put some micro braids in my hair, I wanted to specifically, show what I did to my hair. I just finished it a couple days ago and decided, I want to make a video because a lot of people, a lot of people in the natural movement think that everyone's hair that's kinky, and mine is very kinky, is supposed to poof out, and mine usually does, but it's gotten to such a length where when I braid it, it doesn't poof out. When I twist it, it does poof out. And I started this journey. What I'm trying to do is, what I want to do is lock my hair. I've tried the medium-sized twist, the average-sized twist, and the donka-donk twist, and none of that was working for me. So I decided that I was going to just put some micros in. It's going back to when I was really young and used to put micros in my hair all the time using synthetic hair. Well, now my hair has been natural for so long, it has grown to where, even if it was short, and I still wouldn't put the synthetic in because I know that it's harmful, and I don't want to put dead people's hair or synthetic hair, horse hair, in my own hair because it's damaging, in my opinion. Not putting down anybody else who wants to use it. If that's what you want to do, that's your business. But for me, in my house, we shall not put synthetic or human hair in our hair. So I just got finished rinsing my hair. And I usually just spritz it. I seal it with oil, and then I spritz it with a rosemary and thyme rinse. And this is how it's flat. It looks like, I wasn't trying to get this look. This is just what it's doing. So I'm going to let it do what it does. And so it's still wet. And what I wanted to do, not that I have to prove anything to anyone, but it's one brother in particular out there that I really admire. I've been watching his videos, and he and a lot of people love black women with natural hair. So, but mine don't look natural. It looks like I put a pressing comb to it, or I put some human hair in it, and it's not. So what I wanted to do was, even though I just put micros in my hair, the back to me are not micro enough. So I was kind of taking them down and making those smaller. So since I'm in the process of doing that, what I wanted to do was take down one to show that, hold on, let me do it this way, to show that this is my real hair. It doesn't have human hair, and I wanted to take down one just to show that this is my real hair. It's not human hair. And while I'm putting my hair up, another thing I wanted to mention is the reason why I went natural in the first place is, you see these little thin spots. You can call me baldy locks if you want to, I don't care. But I'm showing you this because this is the reason why I went natural in the first place. I used to perm my hair, and one time I put a perm in and left it in too long. A relaxer, not a perm, but a relaxer. I put a relaxer in and left it in too long. And this is the kind of nonsense we used to do to ourselves. Even though it was burning, I was so wanting it to be straight that I left it in there. My fault, stupid. I shouldn't have done that. And so it did damage to the sides of my hair. This is where it did the most damage, to the sides of my hair. And you can see how over the years, I've been natural for 11 years, but even when I was natural, I still had that mentality that my hair needed to be straight, and especially on my edges, you know. And so I would do things to it even as a natural that wasn't healthy for it, and this is the result. So be warned, all of you. I mean, it's not back to my ear all the way. It's not all the way back here, thank God. You know, I stopped damaging my hair and my scalp before it got to that point. But you know, be warned, those of you who want to still put relaxers in your hair, or put use too tight of a tension on your hair when you're braiding it or twisting it or whatever. You know, beware that this is what could happen, especially for relaxers, because relaxers, I found out after the fact, after I did the big chop, which is cut off all of my hair. It was like this long about 11 years ago when I first started. It may have been shorter than that. I mean, I cut the shit off. I was like, I'm through with this perm. That's it. I got my honey's clippers and went and just buzzed my damn hair. Now, before I asked my honey, out of respect, you know, not that I needed his permission, but it's just out of respect, I asked him, I said, you know, I'm thinking about cutting off my hair. You know, what do you think about that? Would you mind? I mean, is that something that would bother you? I would probably have done it anyway. But even if he said it did bother him, but you know, out of respect, I asked him. He said, no, it's your hair, do what you want to do. So I researched what I wanted to do, and a couple days later I decided, not a couple days, it may have been 4 or 5 days later, because I didn't have a computer at that time. I used to go to the library and get on the internet, and I researched it, and you know, decided that that's what I wanted to do. Not to mention, I saw a lot of black people who were wearing natural hairstyles. They either had dreadlocks or twist outs or something like that. So you know, I decided that's the kind of style I wanted. That's what I wanted to do. And I researched the benefits of wearing a natural hairstyle versus the you know, wearing your hair, putting relaxer on your hair. And I learned so much during those times when there wasn't really a lot of information, but it was enough to make an informed decision. And so I decided to stop using relaxers on my hair, buzzed off my hair, and for the first time I felt so, for the first time in a long time, I felt so free. I was very free. And so anyway, I was just giving you that background while I took down my braid. As you can see, there is no, if you were watching as I took it down, there was no human hair connected to this. This is my hair. This is strictly all my hair. And so, you know, it's a decent length. I had to cut it a little bit and taking down the twist because I was trying to lock my hair. But I didn't like the way the twist was looking, and I wanted more flexibility with my hair. Let's be honest, I'm a woman. I like to look good, and I like for my hair to look good. And so I just couldn't. I wanted to do a free form, and I was trying that, and I was like, damn, this just is not working for me. You know, I like to have a little bit more flexibility with my hair. With this, I have the flexibility as well as I can wear it, you know, and not have to really do anything to it, especially once I get these braids to the length that, or to the width that I want them. You know, I want them a little bit smaller so they all look uniform. It's been a while since I did micros, so you know, when I started on the back of my hair, they looked really small. And then once I got to the front of my hair, I started making them really small. And so in comparison, the back ones look big, and so they look disproportionate. No big deal, you know, just wet your hair. I'm just wetting, you know, wet my hair. I have a spritzer. Hold on just a minute, let me get my spritzer. I have a spritzer that has rosemary and thyme water in it, and I use that, and I spritz my hair, spritz the one that I'm gonna work on, you know, and so I use that, you know, and I'm really back into, you know, as a natural. When I first started going natural, I was not eating healthy, and I thought, you know, if I drink more water, which I drink a big gallon of water is 64 ounces. Yeah, there you go. 64 ounces. I drink 2 of these a day. I probably could drink more. And I put lemon water in them, since lemon juice in it. And I drink that. But when I first went natural, I started really being cognizant of not only what I put on my scalp, but what I put in my body. You know, because what I put in my body was a lot more important than what I put on my body. Both are important, but it's really important how you nourish yourself. And so, you know, when I first started out, I thought I'll just drink more water. I'll eat more vegetables and fruit as much as I can afford, you know, and do it that way. And that was working for a while. I've heard of vegetarians. I never went vegetarian before. I was still eating meat, still eating the junk, still eating that nasty ass pork, you know, still eating that shit, still eating that nasty ass chicken, nasty ass beef, nasty ass dairy, you know, and stuff like that. Even recently, I bought some sour cream to put on my potatoes when I bake them, which is not going to happen anymore, because I'm throwing out the rest of my potatoes, and I hate to throw away food, but I'm not eating that shit. You know, I'm not eating any dairy. I'm not eating any potatoes, because potatoes are supposed to be Rajasic foods according to the Vedic traditions. And they know a lot about vegetarianism and what foods are good for you and what foods are bad for you. I'm not an expert on it. I just researched it a little bit to see what foods are Rajasic, Sattvic, Rajasic, and I think it's Tamasic foods. And the worst that you can eat is Tamasic. And potatoes are in the Rajasic, I believe, foods. If I'm correct, I might not be correct on that, but anyway, you know, I never considered being a vegetarian, so not until recently is when I really started. Up until last year, I was still eating pork. We got a barbecue joint around here, and I would go get my rack of ribs, baby back ribs, honey, and chow down. They had a nice deal on, they have a nice deal on wings, you know, and so I would get barbecue wings and all that kind of stuff, and pork, and I'd get chicken from Walmart. Of course, you know, they fry their chicken and stuff like that. None of that shit is good for you, but up until last year, I was still eating that stuff. It was just a few months ago, I would say even maybe 2 months ago, where I just cut out eating meat altogether. And then, except for fish, I would eat salmon and I would eat sardines. Of course, I brushed my teeth before I got around anyone. I brushed my teeth after eating that, the sardines, because they do stink like, I don't know what. It smell like pussy. Excuse my language, but it does. But I like I like eating sardines. But I found that all the meat is just poison. It's all poison. So I stopped eating meat altogether. I just eat fruits and vegetables, and you know, leave it at that. And I've been feeling a lot better since I cut meat out of my diet. I drink, like I said, I don't know, 64 ounces is, never been good with measurements, but that's a lot of water. You know, like I said, I drink 2 of these big things a day. I make sure I drink 2 of these big things a day. And don't mind my red, white, and blue thing. I bought this thing when I was still unconscious. And I'll be doggone if I'm going to throw it away just because now I'm conscious and I'm aware of what's going on. Because it's a good container for me to drink my water. And that's what's more important, is that I get my water in. And it tastes good with that lemon juice too. So anyway, I'm in the process of making my braids smaller, but I just wanted to show you guys that this is not fake hair in my hair, even though it's straight as I don't know what. And I was not expecting this, to be honest. I thought it would be poofier, you know, and I was like, okay. You know, all right, this is straight. Okay, all right. So we got straight hair now. Was not expecting that. I kind of like the poofy look. I love the sisters that can rock those kinky fros and stuff like that. But you know, my hair is a length where, and I didn't straighten it before I braided it. I just, you know, washed it, rinsed it real good, put my rosemary and thyme spritz rinse on it, and or spritz. And you know, started braiding, and this is how it turned out. So, you know, hey, what can I say? This is just something that I wanted to throw out there and just kind of encourage people who are leaning on the natural side. Maybe you can transition another way. There's a lot of ways to transition to natural. You can do the big chop like I did and cut all your hair off, or you can use extensions as long as you're healthy with it. You know, use human hair to transition, or I think there's you know, you can go to a beautician that is knowledgeable and that is concerned about the health of their client's hair and do locks. You know, you can transition that way. Or you can, you know, I wouldn't recommend it, but do weaves. You know, there's probably a lot of other ways. I'm not a beautician, so you know, I'm just guessing about the ways that you can go about, you know, locking your hair or going natural. You don't have to do it locks. You can do twists. You know, those are all things that I tried. Just the twist wasn't working for me because I wanted to lock. I didn't want to do you know, twist it up and then twist it out. I want to get to a point where I don't have to style my hair unless, you know, I want to. You know, like if I want to take a section and twist it like this, so that once it dries, it has a wavy look to it, or something like that. Or I can braid a big chunk of them and then take that out, you know, so it'll have a crinkle look. But for the most part, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to rinse it every other day, seal it with my essential oils. I use what I had in my cupboard, and that is sunflower oil and coconut oil. If you can get jojoba oil, jasmine, any type of essential oil, even olive oil. You know, I've used olive oil on my hair before, and that works. You know, it has to be, I think, extra virgin olive oil, but that works too. So if you want to use that kind of oil on your hair, even before you decide to go natural, I would recommend, you know, not using shampoo because it has detergents in it. If you have to use shampoo, use the clear kind. Go to a natural store that sells natural products, maybe a natural food store. They have a lot online that you can go to and research and do, you know, if you have to use shampoo, then, you know, at least use clear shampoo. And I'm talking about my African sisters, you know, with the type of hair like I have, or you know, just my African sisters that want to go natural, thinking about going natural. I would say start the process now by using clear shampoos, clear conditioners. They make those, you know, where there's no, you know, you don't leave any residue on your hair. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video and show you guys that, yeah, my hair is straight, but not by, you know, I didn't plan it that way. It's not because I put extensions on my hair or anything like that. And, you know, when I look at it, it's a decent length, but it's not that long. I mean, it's a decent length, though, and it's healthy, and that's all that matters. If it was this short, as long as it was healthy, that's all that matters. So, you know, don't look at the length of my hair or the fact that it's not down my back after 11 years. I have cut it off, let it grow back, cut it off, let it grow back. You know, I've gone through, you know, changes with my hair because I was still in that mentality of looking a certain way. You know, having to go to a job and, you know, concerned about how I would be perceived by the white folk, basically. You know, it didn't matter to me how black people, because they either like it or don't. It really didn't matter to me. The people that were in power were white folk, and so I was concerned at that time how they felt about it. Now I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. They can kiss my ass as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And just encourage you, you know, to go natural. I would love to see all my sisters go natural. I'm not putting down my sisters who don't go natural. If you decide to keep relaxers in your hair, that's your business. I'm not putting you down because I was there once. And I looked at my brother who was the first one in our family who started rocking dreadlocks, and he was freeforming. I was like, I wanted to just, if he wasn't 6'7" and 200 something pounds, I would have tried to wrestle his ass to the ground and cut that shit off because it looked horrible to me. Now I'm like, damn, my brother was really, you know, he was a trailblazer in our family, because now I'm liking natural styles. And although I'm not freeforming now, I respect all my brothers and sisters who do freeform. I respect all my brothers and sisters, whether they are freeforming or locking or, you know, whatever they're doing. I'm just respecting the fact that we're going natural. We just got to take it a step further and get our nutrition together. You know, it's more to this than just hair. It's more to this than just looking good. We got to get our nutrition together, and you know, then we can step to our economics and start pooling our resources and using our resources for businesses that are African owned, you know, as much as possible. And speaking of nutrition, I've also stopped using fluoride. I threw my toothpaste away just today because I've been, you know, watching videos where people are saying that fluoride is no good. You know, the fluoride is in everything, but as much as possible, you know, get rid of the fluoride in your, you know, get rid of your toothpaste and anything that has fluoride. Like I said, as much as possible, if you can stop using it, stop using it, because it is harmful. I'm no expert on that either. I'm just taking advice of people like the 13th Son. He's on YouTube, has a lot of videos that are really good, giving good information, and he's funny as hell too. So, you know, if you get a chance to watch him, watch him. So anyway, I'm going to end this now. Peace.